The Devil. In this video, I'm going to talk about one of the most feared cards in the entire deck, the Devil. Please don't be afraid of this card. It is not about bringing in toxic presences into your reading. It is all about trying to understand how a relationship can become controlling, obsessive, binding to people towards each other, and chaining them towards their karma. So the Devil is a really sultry fellow. We can actually see from this image, he is a creature, or she or it, however you want to call it, is a creature of lustful pleasures, of giving in to excess, of no discipline, no boundaries, anything goes kind of fellow. He is a fallen angel. He used to be divine at one point, and I'm sorry I keep saying he, but I think this is unconscious priming. It used to be divine at one point, but it fell from grace. So it is a creature that is at the moment indulging in the more toxic, low-level aspects of life. And this reminds us, when it appears in a tarot spread, of the fact that we need to check our balances. We need to think about where we are putting our energy. It is a warning sign. It is not a sign of bringing in evil presences into the 3D realm. No, because we are very strong beings and we can block those presences as much as we can summon them as well. So, do you see the chain and this card and the spear? There is as well a spear and a spider web in this card as well, almost like a staff more than a spear. But in this card as well, the chain appears again. And no, this is not a sign of bondage, although in a sexual tarot card reading, it could be a sign of BDSM relationships and sexual bondage. But in this situation, it is more about the connections that bind people together, those connections in which you feel responsible for a person, but they are marred with guilt, with shame, with lack of satisfaction, with the feeling of being weighted down, a feeling of being, I want to escape from this person, but at the same time I'm being pulled back. Usually this happens in relations that we call karmic, so relations with people that we know from a previous lifetime, people that we owe a debt to, whether that is spiritual, financial, emotional, intellectual. We owe something to those people. And the Devil, when it appears in a tarot spread, reminds us of the fact that it is time to pay your debt at the moment. Karma is being unleashed. Most of the time, this card is associated with the sign of Capricorn and Saturn. Do you see the horns that the Devil has in this picture? Well, this is all about, and its connection to the earth. This is all about the lustful side of the sign of Capricorn. But that doesn't mean that Capricorns are evil or that, there's something demonic about them. It is all about the fact that in our quest for material and financial goods, we tend to lose our humanity. We tend to become overly stoic. We tend to forget that we have feelings. So then, instead of reaching situations of peace, we reach situations of competitiveness and anger and just wanting to become the best, to win at everything. Well, the Devil reminds us that there is nothing to win in the game of life. When what you win, you will lose at one point, because there is always a sort of karmic balancing of your loses and your wins. And even if you win at things, you always feel the pressure of winning at other things. So let go of the ego, because the Devil card is all about excessive ego that goes into overdrive, when you think that you are God, but not in the peaceful kind of representation of God, but in its evil, material, I'm going to control everybody kind of representation of God. Then the situation turns sour and becomes very, very toxic. So this is what the Devil card is all about. I hope I clarified a little bit, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!